Welcome to the Sound Healing Free Seminar by me, Shannon Marie. This is all about Love 2020 as we head into the next decade, the next 10 years, starting with the year 2020. It has been shared from the cosmic knowledge that the year 2020, as well as the 2020 decade, is all about love and harmony. So I'm calling it hashtag Love 2020. I'm so excited to share with you the power of sound healing. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Shannon Marie McMurray, and you may know me from the Lunar Ladies Club and the Lunar Ladies Lifestyle community on Facebook. But before my astrology memories, gifts, skills, and talents reappeared, I was a sound healer. I have an extensive background in sound healing. Since 2005, I've been studying the power of sound. Now, my background training includes acutonics practitioner. So acutonics is a form of sound healing. They have their own specialized planetary forks and a way that we use them. So I'm certified up to level 5 of acutonics. I'm also a certified acupressure, Jin Shin, shiatsu practitioner as well. So I have a background in traditional Chinese medicine. And then finally, I whipped it up with a Reiki master. So I have my Reiki master attunement. And so I utilize all three in my multidimensional approach to sound healing. I utilize the power of tuning forks, tingsas, Tibetan bowls, crystal singing bowls, with the power and knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine, looking at acupressure points, meridians, chakras, and the way that qi flows through the body and through the mind and through the spirit. And then I bring in the power of Reiki, utilizing how we can attune to our Reiki attunements if you're already aligned with Reiki, and then bring that into almost like my clients have called me a surgeon with sound, as I can really bring in, with the help of Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, and my tuning forks, to that pinpointed precision into really helping the energy find where it needs to go when I'm working with clients. So I'm so excited to resurge my passion for sound and sound healing. So I'm going to take this next 45 minutes to talk about sound, the power of harmony, and how I understand that through my 15 plus years of studying it in this lifetime. Then I'm going to show you some of my sound healing tools and show you how you could utilize this to tune yourself up and to tune other people up. Now, if you have a same calling and passion for sound, you may just really feel and resonate that you are a sound healing practitioner. So I'm going to share with you ways to how to become a sound healing practitioner, utilizing the knowledge and the theory, the practice that I have. I'm going to share it with you by teaching it to you in a course. Very exciting. So let's get started around what is the power of sound and what is the power of harmony. So when you look at the beauty of the universe operates, exists through frequency and vibration, meaning movement and sound. And so when we tune in to harmony, we're tuning into the power of the way things are set in their natural essence, their original vibration, flowing, moving in a harmonic state. And so what that means is, think of a musical instrument. Think of a beautiful guitar. And when the guitar is in tune, right, it's tuned to all the notes on the, A, G, C, E, right? It's tuned, meaning it's in alignment with the power of that G note and that B chord, right? And when someone plays it, it's beautiful, compositions have been created. You feel so good when you hear a song that touches your soul. Now, there's reasons for that. There's something happening when that musical instrument is in tune with the natural vibration of those notes. And when they come together, it's a symphony of sound that then goes into the physical body, feels the mental body, and then fills the spirit body. And then we all begin to entrain and move and flow and heal and resonate and feel good because of the power of sound, vibration, frequency in the state and existence of harmony. Now, over a couple weeks ago, during these massive planetary alignments, because if you don't know me yet, I also am an evolutionary intuitive astrologer. I do interdimensional astrology. It's totally awesome. Now, this is something that actually is a result of my practice today in this lifetime. I have been developing this knowledge and understanding of astrology for many lifetimes. And when I started working with sound in 2005, it began to harmonize me with who I really am. And it opened other doorways and pathways and opportunities since 2005 to where I find myself today that are all woven in my own personal tapestry of awakening. So that's something that I also want to share with you, that when you start utilizing harmonic instruments, whether it's music, tuning forks, crystal bowls, you are then harmonizing your field to then merge with the alignments that are naturally yours, the opportunities, the unfoldings, past life memories, gifts, skills, and talents that you've developed in other lifetimes. The veil between the memories of those dissolves when you get into a more harmonic, high frequency state. Now, I know that harmonic, high frequency state can happen is a result of working with sound. Why? Because I'm entraining my whole being with another frequency that already exists at a level of harmony. So that's what I want to share with you today, is how you can begin entraining, existing with higher levels of harmony. It's really awesome. So a couple weeks ago, what happened was I wasn't feeling good. It was over the holidays and I was like, oh, got a little bug. So I was in the bed and I was reading. I had more time. I was resting. So I'm like, oh, I'll get the Kindle out and read. Of course, I go through my Kindle and I'm like, oh, look at all these books that I forgot that I had. And I'm so excited. And one of them was Sound, Dr. Mitchell Gaynor's The Power of Sound. So I open it up and I'm reading his beautiful writings and sending you love to your soul in heaven. And thank you for your contributions of sound healing in our world. But I was reading, he wrote a very powerful statement that I resonated with, meaning I entrained with, I harmonized with, it awakened something in me. So I was reading that when we are aligned, or the universe, when the way that it flows in this beautiful ecstatic state of harmony, it does not create karma, right? And for those of you who might be new to the idea of karma, what is karma? Karma is, in essence, cause and effect, meaning that we make a choice or we do something, and that choice or cause creates an effect in the field, right? Whether it's a positive effect, and then we call that merit, or it's a negative or dissonant, discordant effect, and we call that karma. And so the universe exists at a state of harmony that does not create karma, cause and effect. And it got me thinking, I'm like, wow, here humanity is. Here we are individually heading into a whole new decade. And from my astrology background, I know that this decade is huge. It's a game changer. We have a Saturn-Pluto mega conjunction, which is a maker of eras. So a 34 plus kind of unfolding at the global level of our experience here on planet Earth. But now what occurred to me was that we've been living outside of harmony, and we've kind of reincarnated cause and effect, karma, clearing, and purging the old. And we're heading into a new decade that is moving towards higher levels of frequencies, higher vibrations that our physical bodies, our mental bodies, and our spiritual bodies need to entrain with to keep existing at this higher state. Now, how do I know that things are going into a higher state? Now, have you noticed how things are speeding up? Everybody's driving faster. Years seem to go by quicker. All of it was Monday, now it's Saturday, right? Those types of speeding things up. And so just take note of that, because what that means more at the galactic level, meaning here's our Earth, part of a solar system with our sun, and that sun is a star, part of our galaxy. So we have to find ourselves in a bigger picture. But our galaxy, our solar system, our sun, is moving into what they call the photon belt in our galaxy. And that means it's moving in to a higher state or more light. And more light means faster frequency, bigger codes, bigger things. And so we here traveling through space on planet Earth in a more dense form of a human body. But remember, you're a soul incarnating through the physical form in a human body. So remember that, that's key. So we are traveling and hurtling through space on planet Earth, part of our solar system, our sun, part of the bigger galaxy, all heading into the photon belt, which is a ray of higher frequency light. Because normally our part of the galaxy where the Earth is travels through what they call the galactic night, right? We're not in that photon belt. The Pleiades, Alcyon, they exist more in that photon belt, and so they already exist at a higher frequency. But now we move out of the galactic night, heading towards the photon belt, which is like the galactic day. And so we're going to need to integrate with these bigger frequencies. Now, here's where it gets really juicy. You have a physical body, but guess what? Your body at the molecular level, atomic level, is more space than form. You are more universe, stars, planets, stardust than bones and blood and muscle and tissue, right? Because in between at the cellular level, there's more space at the atomic level than there is substance. And so tuning back into our physical body, we feel the form, right? We have bones, we have skin, we have muscles, we can move our joints and move our body. But our body is composed at the subatomic level of an energy body. And so the energy body is the core, which then changes frequency and creates form or density. And that's what we see as our physicality. But when we get to the core level of our existence here, we tune into the energy body. And we have energy centers. And these energy centers are called chakras. Yay, and they're spinning and moving like their own solar systems. Own solar systems. And so when we realize, wow, we are made of more space than substance, and we are energy first, body second, right? Because this is just slowed down energy. So we want to get into our energy centers, where our chakras. And our chakras, if you're not familiar with chakras, they're these spinning energy vortexes that harness the power, the chi, the vibrational life force that fuels our organs, fuels our blood, our bones, our body. So these energy centers spinning are the vortexes of life force that actually fuel some of my friends call it our meat suit. And then we have the spirit, which is our conscious soul that inhabits and then has these experiences and form on this planet. But the third dimension is moving. We've been hanging out third, fourth dimension, where with this 2020 decade, it's fifth dimension, and beyond. Now with sound healing and the power of sound comes from the seventh dimension. So you start to integrate. Once we can get out of the discordant or broken third dimension, which is linear reality, through the fourth, which is kind of the astral plane, once we can break through the fourth dimension, then we have access to all the higher dimensions, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, beyond 13. I don't even know yet, right? We have to keep growing to find out. And so what I have discovered over the last 15 years working with my sound healing tools, and I'm my own guinea pig. I'm practicing on myself, right? And I used to crack up because I would be a little too afraid to practice on other people. I wanted to practice on myself to learn. So I had a lot of confidence going into being a practitioner and actually be a healer with these tools. Meanwhile, as I'm practicing on myself, I'm tuning myself up. So I'm shifting and changing. And I had no idea the depths of change that was happening within, but at my subatomic energetic level, which then makes me available. My bandwidth is bigger to hold a more broader perspective of light in my body, which is consciousness. Isn't that cool? So this is why I'm so excited to jump back into sound and bring it into my communities and offer and share the knowledge and help you understand like why it's important and how you can use them. And then it could be another type of add a modality to what you're already doing, or it could be something you resonate fully and you want to become a sound healing practitioner. I can help you with all of the above. I'm so excited to share. And I have a lot more confidence than I did in 2005 of what it is I'm doing and how to share it and be a teacher and a leader with these types of wonderful tools. But so let's get back to in training our physical body through balancing our chakras. And actually, some of our chakras are shut down, are not functioning in the front or the back. And so we what's really beautiful about tuning forks, to me, I look at them like dowsing rods. They are, remember, musical instrument. Let's go back to the guitar. When it's in tune and it's playing all those notes and it's a symphony of sound, is beautiful music, like the most beautiful music we've ever seen and felt and heard. But when you're out of tune, imagine that same guitar out of tune and it starts to play and it sounds really awful. And we're like, ooh, yuck, I can't handle it, turn it off, right? That's usually the body's response and the spirit's response to like, ooh, that feels a little not so good. So this is what happens in our own physical, emotional, mental, spiritual bodies when they go out of tune, right? They don't feel so good. They don't sound so good, right? They might push other people away, repel, right? So what happens is when we start working with our sound healing tools, we start in training to the tools that are already set at a frequency. That's why I got super excited. My geeky, nerdy, scientific side gets super excited because the tuning forks are set at certain frequencies of the stars, of planets, of chakras, and they begin to musically tune yourself up. Now, I don't look at the physical body like the animal form, the mammal form. I look at the physical body like a beautiful instrument that needs to be tuned through acoustic sound and waves and vibrations, right? And then when it's all dancing in a symphony of sound, then that becomes who you show up as in the world. Isn't that awesome? So I want to let you know, if you do have questions, feel free to comment. I have the comment box open, and feel free to write a little question and I will get to them at the end. But I want to jump in now. Let's see. We know why harmony is important, right? Because we want to be in training with the universe. We want to exist at that higher frequency to hold more light in our bodies. And then we also want to rise above this karmic cause and effect, reincarnation over and over. We don't have to live in that state because the universe flows at a state of harmony that does not create karma. It just exists in a beautiful symphony of movement and sound. So I want us to like start to free ourselves from the karmic ties that bind us by clearing our energy centers, which clear our organs, our tissues, our blood, which clears our body. And in the meantime, our mind is getting more clear. Our emotions and our emotional energy is moving and purging and clearing and cleansing. And then we can finally entrain or be merged one with our spiritual harmonic essence. So that's kind of that in a nutshell. We want to be in alignment with harmony so that we can be free of the karmic cycles, and then we have fun. I mean, really, to be in a body is supposed to be fun. But when the body hurts, it's not fun. We have to drag it around, or it doesn't feel good. Or when this happens, a bad digestion, and I don't feel good when I eat, or my muscles hurt, or I'm old, or cranking, or I'm sick, right? Then it becomes a chore to be in the body. But our body has a river, a network of rivers, of energy rivers flowing through. So not only do we have our energy centers, called our chakras, we have a river network of energy rivers. They're called the meridians, according to traditional Chinese medicine. So when you have your chakras all singing and bright and vibrant, then we tune into our meridians that are running all throughout our body, and they carry the chi, the life force, everywhere. And that becomes this beautiful movement of healthy river system. And that's the meridians. So those are my big focuses: entrain the body, mind, spirit into a place of harmony, free ourselves from karma, clear our energy centers, and get the chi moving through our river network. And it's so funny. I crack up. My name is Shannon. I'm named after a river. I love rivers. So meridians, as you could tell, are one of my favorite things. When I learned about them and I put it all together, I'm like, no wonder I really want to teach about rivers. I love rivers. I am a river. So great. So how I offer this is, let's take a look at the tools. But I want to give you an explanation of the primordial sound of the universe. Are you ready? Primordial sound of the universe is Om, right? And I know a lot of you are beautiful practitioners of Om. But let's break it down. I love this is my science part comes back in. What is the sound, the primordial sound of Om? It's actually 4 levels of existence. So that sound, that vibration, is the physical level of existence. So our physical form. So even if you go and you bring it really down, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, you bring it right on down to that root chakra, and you feel it, right? So is clearing and merging and harmonizing the physical plane of existence. So then we go then we go to ooh. Oh, ooh, that's the mental state of existence. So is now we're clearing the mental frequency. And then finally we get to So and guess what is? Like yum, heart, spirit, yummy. That's what they say, hum. Hum is so healing, right? Because you are your own sound instrument. Besides the wonderful tools we have available to us, our bodies, our voice, our vocal cords, the way it reverberates off our bones, the way it sings through the liquid and fluids in our bodies, and it hits like structures like muscles, is also your own internal tuning fork. And the way you tune yourself up primarily is through Om. Because you're working your physical plane, the mental plane, and the spirit plane. So let's do one Om together. You ready? Nice deep breath. And we're going to break it into the ooh, and Nice deep breath. Ready? Let's go. You think I could have done that in 2005? I would have been way too shy. But look how I tuned myself up. I'm not shy. I'm oming in front of you. It's great, isn't it? But didn't that feel good? Did you feel the down in the lower body, the ooh in the upper body, and then the bridge, the yum, the in the heart? And so that is the primordial sound of the universe explained. Now, when you look at the symbol, the Sanskrit symbol for Om, and you break it all down, I mean, the whole thing explains the universe. Isn't that cool? So whenever you're feeling, I need a pick-me-up, feeling a little down, you take a time out and you Om. See if you can Om for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, until you feel it enough in your body rising, and you might move your body with how the sound moves through you. So you could always rely on Om. Now, super fun. I just got this new, I was going to call it a toy, but I'm going to introduce you to some of the sound healing tools. But this one's really cool. I think, Carla, you'll like this. So this is a crystal pyramid, right? It's made out of quartz crystal. I got it from Crystal Mom, Irma K. Sawyer at Bright Star Emporium. Right? So I'm holding it by a strap. And it has its own crystal wand to play it with. So this is a frosted crystal wand. This is clear crystal quartz. So just take a moment and hopefully you can hear this real nice. Isn't that cool? And so the way that I teach about sound and how to use our tools, I experiment. I do all kinds of crazy things with them to bring them into different levels. So you notice I'm spinning it. I like to, some people would probably just leave it and let it ring, but I like sound in motion. So I'll spin it to get a different effect and I'll feel it. So this would be a great one to go up and down your body and up and down another person's body. So that's one of my new tools, the crystal pyramid. So thank you, Bright Star. Okay, but let's get down to our basics, our basic tuning forks. So here is one of my, and it's tried and true. I've used this sucker for the last 15 years. And what's really nice about tuning forks is they last a long time. And you can, I've hit them on trees, I've hit them on ground. I love you. But this is an Accutonics Ohm tuning fork, which you can look to see if you have a tuning fork at home. That's 136.1 hertz. 136.1 hertz. That's the sound of Om. Now the sound of Om in the Accutonics practitioner way. So look, I have, you hold it by the stem. This is the part that rings. These are weighted, and they are the ones that you would, this is a rubber mallet, right? Rubber mallet. It's a leg belt. I use it on my leg because I would need to go around the table. And so you hit it. You can hear it. And that's what makes it ring. So it's reverberating here, and I hit it on the striker here to make it sound. I have my microphone there. And so why 136.1 hertz? Now the closest on the musical scale is C sharp, but according to Accutonics, what they did was they measured the amount of time the Earth travels around the sun. And of course, we know it is 365 days, 1 year. And so the speed of that was calculated into a frequency, hertz. And so the movement of the Earth around the sun in 1 year measures out to 136.1 hertz. So when you use your Ohm fork, what you're doing is you are hearing the sound of the seasons. All the moons, all the days of the sun, winter, spring, fall, summer. The plants are existing in this energy. So it's the energy of the Earth around the sun in 1 year. It feels like home, right? Home. So I always, every time I played Ohm to someone who's never heard a tuning fork for the first time, the immediate response is, right? I just play it right by the ear. It sounds like, it feels and sounds like home, Om, and you can Om with it. I'm already feeling it in my root chakra, Om, because I did the Om, so my root chakra was like, hello, and now I'm listening to Om, and I'm feeling it, and I can feel my chakras buzzing, especially my root chakra. And these begin to, like a dowsing rod. So when you just sit and listen, and this could be a meditation, I'm listening and I'm noticing. Oh, I feel it on my right side. I feel it on my left side. Oh, my back. Oh, my tummy. Oh, you start taking note. So when I use these as sound healing tools, I use 2 tuning forks. Now, to get a mid-range frequency, you use the same hertz, just 2 of them, which, like, where? Oh, you're over there. I think I can catch you over here. I'm going to move. I got all my tools here. It's so fun. I'll have to take a picture. So let's see, which one is 136? So I have this set here. Oh, here we go. So this is another set that's called, this is, I recommend, because the Accutonics forks are pretty expensive. I invested a lot in these suckers. But I love them. They will last me my whole rest of my life. I could probably put them in a will or something to someone. But I found another set that's less expensive, and they have the same hertz value, and they're made by someone who's used to be part of the organization, so I trust this company. And it's called Sound Energy. It's Ming Chi 7 chakras. So I'm going to show you this set, but they have a 136.1, so they have an ohm. And so what you want to do is you want to play them together. You want to play them together. So I'm just going to put my leg belt, and you can use like a tabletop activator. You can also use one of these to ring them, like hitting it. Like that works great. Like I've just hit it here. Now I'm, see how, so this is how much it's ringing. So I'm hitting it, right? So it's buzzing. And then when I touch it, right? Right, so shh. But I'm really good. I've been striking since 15 years. So I'm really good. I'm not afraid to hit it, right? Some of us get a little nervous. But what we want to do, I have a leg belt, or you can have a tabletop. They're hard rubber, so maybe if you're in an area where you play hockey, hockey pucks work great. So I hit both of them, and they're both ringing. And so how I use them, because the body is bilateral, and acupuncture points are on both sides. So here I'm doing a grounding. This is gallbladder 20, gallbladder 21. These are what they call the labor points. So you get really good and you can tune yourself. So now I'm hearing it. I'm on my gallbladder point here, and I'm telling my body it's okay to ground. I'm grounding. So this is how you would use them both together. Now, some of us would just use one fork, and we might, run it along our arm. Oh, I have pain here. Oh, my mind can't stop thinking. Oh, I need help falling asleep. Might have some jaw pain, right? You might just intuitively know to bring them to an area of your body that might have some pain. I think that's wonderful. Great to use your tuning forks intuitively. But there's a whole science behind this. There's a whole protocol. And I find it really fascinating. So the set of forks is 8 forks. Let's see. Oh, it's 8 forks. I'm just going to show them to you real quick. So they come in this lovely velvet bag. See, velvet bag. And you unfold it. It's literally like a medicine bag. I approach sound like I'm a doctor, right? I just play one on TV, right? And so they come, these are silver, right? Weighted. And I like the weighted because they're easier to hit and make and ring and use, like if you're treating people. So they're weighted. So that was one of the things I wanted to look for when I was finding a less expensive set, so that you could get started immediately. The set that I have was like $550, and this one is $139. So I was like, ooh, this is good. And they're the same hertz values of the forks that I use that I want to teach you wellness through. So some of them will be big like this, and then some of them will be a little smaller. And you might think, well, why is one bigger, one smaller? Well, the ones that are higher frequency, like this is 272.2, which is high ohm or soul star. So, right, our soul star chakra is here. So I put that right on my soul star, right? But again, remember, I like to go doubles because you need to create the music, right? Because one's a bass and one brings it up. So I would do both there, and that feels so much better than the one, right? So I always use two, and that's something you'll learn when you study with me. But each of these forks are attuned to the 7 chakras. So this set, just so you know, has the sun, solar plexus, has Om, heart chakra, has throat, has crown, which also coincides with the zodiac fork that I use in acutonics. It has earth, or the root chakra, has the sacral, or the new moon, it has the third eye, or the full moon, and then the high Om, which is soul star. So in the first module of the course that I've developed is we get to know our tuning forks. And how do you get to know your tuning forks? You use them and you use them on your own body. The body is the best classroom. And so what you'll be doing, learning about these, the set of tuning forks, how to use them, you're also clearing and activating and healing your energy centers or your chakras, right? Isn't that cool? So then when you get more confident and you feel better, then you use them on someone else. So again, that idea of I put my oxygen mask on first, then I help another, right? So what I highly recommend is using them on yourself, learning about them through the body and how you resonate. Now they become like dowsing rods. I like to use them on the body and off the body, around the body. I like to use them on my plants, on my food, on my water. I use them in so many crazy ways. You'll be shocked. And I've been like studying this for a while, and I'm not afraid. My slogan was, I have forks and I'm not afraid to use them. All right, so that's the tuning forks. So we had the crystal pyramid, we had the tuning forks, and the tuning forks is my mainstay because I use them on the body and off the body, right? Because remember, we have our auras, multiple layers. And when I do sound healing sessions, therapy sessions, a lot of times, because when you start using your forks, they start communicating with you because you're working on this field of energy called someone's body, and you're working on the body, off the body. I've had people's memories come through. I've had oh my gosh, I see this little girl and she fell down. And I tell the person and they're like, oh my God, I broke my leg when I was 7, right? And I was in the emotional field. I was out here working and moving. It's fascinating. So when you take my course or want to learn with me, I share with you all my stories. I've got some crazy stories. And I bet Carla has crazy stories too. So let's take a look at tingsas. All right, so some of you might be familiar with tingsas, right? So these have the 8 sacred symbols in the Tibetan Buddhism, and you might have heard Lama Lakpa play them during the puja. But these are wonderful a clearing tool. They're high frequency, so they make a really high pitched sound. Your cats and dogs might not like it. It's really high, but what they do is they break energy that's stuck. And so you'll hear, right? And I like to move them. But this is great for house blessings, house clearings, work in corners, right? So those are tingsas, right? You use them, you move them. They're a very powerful clearing tool. Another thing I like to use is crystals. So here is selenite. In your sound healing medicine bag, you will have a piece of selenite. This is a major tool. So how I do my sound healing sessions very multidimensionally, I like to layer them with multiple modalities. So here's an example. So say I'm working on one of the points that you'll learn is called the great regulator. So it's 3, so take your wrist where it bends right here. Take 3 fingers and put it right at where the wrist crease, right there. So below the 3 fingers, right here, is the great regulator, Sanjiao 5. And so this is where like I am just like low on energy. I am not like, I got to get so much done today. I'm really tired. You're going to go right there, and then on exactly the opposite side, that's a triple warmer Sanjiao 5. So this is called the great regulator. So I would press this. If I didn't have any tuning forks, I could sing Om, right? I could do Reiki. I could put essential oils, or I could put my little crystal, and I could grab a tuning fork. So hopefully you can see. So I just put it right on. And the beautiful thing about tuning forks is, like acupuncture, you have to study and get, it has to be right into the point, which is like, you can't miss. Sound is like, you could be this far away. So you don't have to get, it doesn't have to be precise. So here I have my selenite on this meridian. Then I'm going to take my Om and I'm going to put it on the point. And I'm getting a healing and a clearing throughout this whole meridian, which starts at this finger, runs all the way through and up and around. But I'm on the source point, right? I'm right on that source point. And so it's running through, I can feel it all the way through my arm, right? So we do everything in odd numbers to get a clearing. That's to break stuff up, to let it heal. And then even numbers tonify. And this is part of the Chinese medicine. But isn't that cool? And then at the same time, I know selenite doesn't need to be cleared, but I like tuning it up. I like tuning up my crystals, right? Here I have a piece of lapis here. This would be great. So I would tune up my lapis, like so. It's ringing. I'm tuning up the piece of lapis that I have. Guess where it's going to go? Right here. And guess what I can do again? Tune it up. Oh yeah, baby. Lapis on the third eye with Om going through. That's multidimensional healing. And so, wow. And so these are the types of things will be instrumental for us experiencing this next decade of Love 2020 at the highest level possible through ease, grace, harmony, flow. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to show you one more fun tool that I have. And this is my crystal heart chakra Om bowl. And let's see, I could play it. I could play this one. Let's see, I'll play this one. Ready? You can go singing I could touch heart. I could also have this that's a ticket. Heart chakra now cleared. Isn't that beautiful? Those are really delicate, so I'm leaving that over far away from my flailing hands and feet. All right, isn't that cool? So we got tuning forks, crystal pyramids, tinctures, crystal singing bowls, crystals, chakras, meridians, like how to use these. So what happens is when you get your tools, right? So I've researched, I found a great set. It's in it a lot less expensive than the one I have. And then you need to learn how to use them, right? How to use them. So I'm going to introduce to you my first module. I have a 3-module course. And by the end of the 3rd module, you are going to be able to be offering sound healing sessions and make this part of your business, or add this to your sound, your healing offerings. But the first thing, and this is what I think module 1, even if you don't want to do that, but do module 1, because this is about self-care. So module 1 is self-care. And so what I've designed this course around is that set of forks. So we have 7 chakra forks, an Om. I would recommend getting a second Om because we like the bilateral. We're going to use them as dowsing rods. We're going to clear the bodies on the body, off the body. And so the first module is about the introduction to sound, and it's using your physical body as the classroom. So you're going to get self-tuned up. You're going to learn about sound and how to use them, and then you're going to be shifting and changing along as you learn. And so when we get to module 2, when you start to learn how to work on other people, you're coming in as a entrained or a higher frequency practitioner, right? So that's the vision, is I want you to go into helping others from a higher entrained part, because you're part of the wellness coming in. You're also alerting the other person whose physical body is connecting with yours, it's already existing at a higher level of harmony, okay? And it's also very good if you don't have a calling to do this with other people, but you know that you need to be available and on your game for 2020s, right? For the next 10 years. You need module 1 to just make sure you know how to tune yourself up, keep yourself open, and expand your bandwidth for who and what you can be in the world and play a bigger role. So I highly recommend sound as a way to play a bigger role in the world through your physical body, and opening and getting those doors to open around you, because you are existing at a more beautiful sound, a more entrained frequency, and a higher vibration that can open those doors effortlessly. So I hope that's making sense. So in the first module, and these are all 8-week courses or 8-week classes, because I really want to spend time with you. I want you to really get this and understand this, so that you could be like me out there and telling people. Right? So this is the vision. It's an 8-week course. Each module is an 8-week course. So if you do the whole 3 module, it's 6 months. Okay. And I have payment plans and a way that you can do it. I want to make this easy so that people will do it. And it's going to become like a mastermind. This is where we meet, we're engaging, we're talking about these understandings, we're merging as a group, already working on ourselves, so our frequency is higher. So we're actually working at a different level when we come together and participate in class. Isn't that cool? So the first module is the self-care. This is where you're going to learn about the self-healing or sound healing. You're going to get introduced to your set of tuning forks, and we're going to start working on the chakras. All about the chakras, and then all about what they call in traditional Chinese medicine the huaqi points. There's all these little gateways along the spine. So we're going to learn clearing our chakras. We're going to learn about the huaqi points and how to ground and the daily routines. And then I have a really cool treatments that you give to yourself and that you can give to other people as well. But they're very good at, like, they're foundational. Grounding, opening up, clearing, and activating, right? So grounding, opening, clearing, activating, right? So it's like your violin's going to become a Stradivarius violin by the time we're done. So in that 8 weeks, there's 5 video classes. So I'm going to drop a class, then we're going to have a Q&A live about the class. So we'll have a video class, we'll have a live class, and a Q&A. Class workbook. Everybody gets my sound healing workbook. And then in that, there's 2 bonus classes. And these are really cool, especially I know some of you are yoginis. I'm going to do a chakra acu yoga class. So learning how to use this in yoga poses and opening that up. So if you're already a yoga teacher, you can add this to what you do. And it's really awesome because not many people do this. And we're going to do chakras and crystals, right? So those are the 2 bonus classes. So this all happens via Zoom. You have lifelong access to the course. We're going to do a private Facebook group where that's where we come in. Only those taking the course are there. We ask the questions, we share. That's where we'll have the Q&A lives together and do the office hours. So what I'm going to do is drop a class. We'll do the Q&A, which is like a live class. And then I'll have an office hour where I'm available in the Facebook group answering questions. Okay. and it happens during that time, right? So that's how we'll interact together in the Facebook group. And then you'll be getting a weekly treatments, things to try. You'll have your workbook coming through. And then I'm also available for private one-to-one consultations. If you're like, wow, I just need a little one-to-one help, then that'll be an optional thing that you can do. So that's all happening in the first module. I got so excited about it. So you get the forks, right? So you have your tools, and then we create the classroom. And then this is the learning structure, and it's over the course of 8 weeks. So you have time to integrate, practice, and play. That's my thing. Practice and play, right? And then you have a place to come to ask questions, to practice, to share, like, this happened. Oh my God, what does it mean? Right? Or I want to add something else. Or what if I got this intuitive hit to do this? What do you think? It's like, yeah, do it. That sounds awesome. And then what I'll be doing is sharing my knowledge, as well as the last 15 years of my experience giving sessions, learning different modalities, having an array of amazing teachers, and my own personal experiences of trial and error. And I'll share with you my crazy sound healing stories. They're really fun. I'm really out there. But they really helped me get to a place where I could, I've always wanted to start my business, but there would always be this like, oh, I need a safety job, a safety net. But this really helped me make a leap into really understanding who I am, why I'm here, what I'm supposed to do. And 2020 for me is wearing the teacher's crown and coming into holding that space to be able to gift and give what I've been blessed with, and bring it into your life so that you can be blessed and you can move forward with this. And let me tell you, the dolphins are all involved with sound healing. They were involved with the astrology, and they were also part of the sound healing. I've got funny stories about my sound healing moments in Hawaii with the dolphins. But I'll leave you with this. The one message that they shared with me when I first swam with them, I'm like, oh, I need a download. What's the mystical message from the dolphins, right? I got nothing. Got nothing until the last day. And me, I'm crying over here. Please, dolphins, talk to me, right? And so the very last day, and it was after a dolphin swim. So after you swim with the dolphins, you're supposed to go lay down and rest, because they're downloading and working in your field. The last day, I'm like, okay, I'll be, maybe I won't hear a message, And I was awoken, like I read, and I kind of like drifted off. And all of a sudden I woke up, and I heard them say to me, sound brings people together. And I was still dissecting and digesting that message. Sound brings people together. And I have lots of episodes of trying to be sly and working, doing my own little thing outside. And I'll share with those in the course how sound brought people together. I've got some funny stories. Okay, so where can you find out more about my course? Talk to me, email me. If you're interested, I will send to you my course outline, and it will tell you the breakdown of the timing, the investment of your time, your knowledge, your brain power, the practice, what it would look like, and you get full access, lifetime access to all the information once you buy the course. And if you want to do it module by module, you can, or you can do the whole thing all together. So I'll send you the price, the investment, payment plan to get involved in that. More about the tuning fork set that I highly recommend. And I'm so happy that I found a really good one that was like less than half than what I've spent on it. So I'm happy that I can save you some money. And just so email me at shannon@lunarladies.com. You can also, we'll just stick to shannon@lunarladies.com. My Shensounds, that was the name of my sound healing business before Lunar Ladies, Shensounds. And you might go, do you mean Shannon Sounds? Took me forever to find that name. But Shen is, in traditional Chinese medicine, that there's a mystery called the three immortal treasures: Qi, Jing, and Shen, right? Qi QI, life force in you and the universe. Qi, Jing, all the ancestral gifts we get in our bone marrow from our ancestors. And then Shen. Shen is spirit. It's the container, right? That houses the dance of Jing and Qi. And so I called my business, Spirit Sounds or Container Sounds, because the physical body is the container of spirit. And so when we work on the physical body, we're working on the Jing and the Qi, and we get immortal treasures activated and we live forever. So my Shen Sounds is just shensounds@gmail.com, and I'll write that here. So you can email me or Facebook message me. Either way is fine. But if you're like, hey, I want to know more about this course, send me your outline. Go for it. So you can email me or you can Facebook message me. Now, I don't have that on my phone, so it takes me a little bit longer to get to Facebook message. But I will send you the course outline, the pricing, more about the tools. But let's end with a really cool acupressure routine. Really quick acupressure routine that one of my teachers from the Berkeley Acupressure Institute that I went to in 2005, who I really, really loved, Joseph. Quick tips for stress. Okay, so the first one, and this will go along with when you're doing the Om, is called the Sea of Chi. I'm sorry, Sea of Tranquility. And it's central vessel. So the central vessel, which runs 24/7 with the governing vessel, is up the midstream of your body, from the perineum all the way up and down and around. But the central vessel is when you find, is center of your heart chakra. So you find your sternum, and you want to get your fingertips sensitive, right? So you're not pressing super hard, but you want to press in and lift up. So you're barely touching, and you'll start to feel a pulse. That's an energy pulse. And that's when you know you're on the heart chakra. So you feel around your sternum, and it's right on your breastbone, and you come in and you might feel a little divot in there. And you get right on there. And you can, if you're Reiki attuned, run your Reiki. And so you find that you press in right on the sternum, lift up, and there you'll feel a little boop, boop, boop. That's the heart chakra central vessel point 17, central vessel 17, called Sea of Tranquility. And you lightly connect there. And you can do like to find it. You'll really find it when you hum. Yeah, I found it. It resonates. It bounces off. So when you're on that Sea of Tranquility, Om or hum, de-stressor, 15 seconds, you can go back to the family gathering. A second one, and this is where you can do them together, but we'll leave the central vessel 17 Sea of Tranquility here, and we'll go up to central vessel 24.5. And this is the third eye point. So it's between the eyebrows, right in there, right? And don't use your thumb because you have a pulse in your thumb. You can use your fingers, and you find there's going to be a little divot. And it's where the divot in the bone is. That's where the meridians run through, are through the little divots. And you'll go there, and maybe you'll go, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. You really feel, if you get high, ooh, I feel it right there, ooh. You could be there. And then you can be here. So now you've contacted the Sea of Tranquility in the third eye point. Another de-stress. Okay, the other one. So I like those two together. And guess what you can do? There we go. Boom, boom. Here I am. Oh yeah. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it home. I'm home. Especially if you're downloading and light codes are coming in, you want to integrate that in the body much easier when your body's vibrating in harmony. And the tuning forks are instant to get you there. Okay, the second one I want to show you is it's a 5-step, and we're going to leave it this. And you can watch the replay too. So thank you so much for joining me on this first of many sound healing seminars. I feel the call. I feel the call. So as we end our seminar, a self-care routine for stress. And I highly recommend using this through the end of the year, and especially with these astrological alignments. So the first one is the shoulder grasp. And these are things that I bet a lot of you just do intuitively. I grab my shoulder, reach across, grab your shoulder. So right hand to left side, right? And so there's points that run along here. Remember that one where I was grounding? And you'll feel them if you want to get into the muscles. But just grab and like, you know how we kind of just, oh, feels good, right? So you're just going to kind of grab, because in here are a lot of acupressure points. So just put your hand there and kind of just grasp. And just hold it there for a little bit of time. And what you're doing is you're in the field of gallbladder 21. Now, if you have a tuning fork, go there. And that nice little muscular divot right in there. Right in there. You just want to grab, but you don't want to press or pull. You want it to be gentle. Remember, it's de-stress. De-stress. You can just sit here until you feel better. You kind of move your hand and then do it on the other side. Feels good. Oh, you might get a little crick. Okay. So that's step one. Step two is the neck press. So interlacing your fingers, and you bring them behind and all the way from the occipital ridge to the bottom, the base of where your cervical spine meets your shoulders, right? You know, like when you rest and you're like, you lean back in a chair, right? So now what you're doing is there's a bladder meridian there, and you're just giving it energy. You're giving it pressure. You're helping, you're signaling to the body and brain, relax, ground. And this is really good to do at night before you fall asleep. You know, when you have your head on the pillow, interlace your fingers, come back. And if that's too uncomfortable there, you can just keep them apart like this, where they're just resting there, right? Just resting. And you can do a gentle massage or just hold. Step three, this is a good one. So you get your thumbs and you go into the base of your occipital ridge and you hold, almost like you massage your head, but you want your thumbs in that occipital ridge, right? And you'll feel around what feels good. And you'll just kind of massage or hold, still in bed maybe, relax. All these wonderful points, getting a wonderful hello. Okay, step four. I love this one. Ugh, I'm gonna love this one. So now we're moving into the stomach meridian runs. So 2 fingers in and the second finger there, that's stomach 3. So this meridian comes through down the body. So you're gonna take your hands right under the cheekbones and you're gonna loosen your jaw. So it's not like clenched, it's like a little separate. And you're gonna just pull, massage in here. So what you're doing is, and you can hold it. Holding's nice, especially if you have TMJ. But what you want to do is open the back of your throat and loosen, like separate your teeth or your jaw, loose and relax the tongue, and open the back of your mouth and breathe. So what this does is it tells the brain to relax, and it starts to stimulate the vagus nerve. So you have that in stomach here, which reminds you to open the jaw, relax the tongue, breathe. And you're telling the brain, relax the body and the vagus nerve to activate. Okay, now the last step. So we did the shoulder grasp, interlaced our hands behind, right? Massaged up here. Got and you could do tapping too is good, right? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. This is where it's all related to acupressure. Tap, tap, tap. But acupressure is just holding, right? Same thing. Now we do what we just learned. Third eye, sea of tranquility, right? We come in there. So that what my gift to you is quick and easy 5-step process, release stress. Right? One more time. Shoulder grasp, or tap, tap, tap if you like. Behind the neck, or tap, tap, tap. Under the occipital ridge, massage, or tap, tap, tap. Find the stomach, and you don't have to be right on it. You could be right there. Loosen, and then here. Whichever you like. I would do this at night, pressing and maybe tapping for the day, because tapping is more active. Acupressure is more yin, in, rest. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in this first voyage of returning to sound healing. I'm so excited to bring to you the power of sound and harmony, and to make the 2020s the love 2020s. Because why? Because we're going to be so high flying frequency that we're just going to be walking through our lives and training as we go. And so let me know if you'd like more information on the outline for the course. You can see what it entails, what you can receive, the investment of your time and your money and your resources, and what you can expect to come away with having gone through module 1, and if you want to go all the way through module 2 and 3. Just as a little sneak peek, module 2 and 3, module 1 is the self-care, chakras, spinal alignments, opening up. Module 2 goes into the meridian network, and there's lots of them to teach you. So that's why I need you to have that good, strong foundation to go into module 2, where we say hello to the meridians, the body clock. And then module 3, we start using what they call the ghost vessels, extraordinary vessels. These are really fun. This is interconnecting different right side, left side. Super cool. And from that place, you open for business. You could be doing sound healing sessions, helping the people in your community, your friends and family, like that, no problem. And once you finish the course, you have an option to come into a monthly subscription of, like we talk about, it's a forum. We share if we're treating people. So that's just for people who want to go into practitioner, and we'll have a forum available so that we can keep abreast, keep learning. It doesn't end. We keep going. We share our good stories. So thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful voyage into the power of universal harmony, living at a higher level, bringing and moving the chi within your body. I'm so excited to get tuning forks in your hands and teach you how to use them. Thank you, everyone. Contact me at shannon@lunarladies.com. Email me at shensounds@gmail.com, or you can Facebook message me. Awesome. I look forward to getting into the healing power of sound with you. Bye.